And then they do a domain and range of a graph of a piecewise function. A piecewise function just means it has separate parts to it. Again, if I look at my domain, I have two separate parts of my domain. This graph goes from 1 to 2. This one goes from 3 to 5. So I'm going to have from 1 to 2 as the domain of the first part, and then I'm going to do a union sign to join them, or 3 to 5 for the domain of the second part. When I do my range, this one's going from -5 to -3, and this one's going from -4 to -2. They overlap each other, so instead of doing two separate sections, we're just going to put them together in one section. The graph is going to go from -5 to -2 then, because I include all the values in between. Goes like a comma. The -5 is going to have a parenthesis, the -2 going to have a bracket. So if they are overlapping each other, then you're going to combine them together in one thing instead of two separate ones. So on number 14, the domain of the first part of my graph here, always going from left to right, would be -2 to -1, bracket and a parenthesis. And then the domain of the second part of my graph would be going from 4 to 5. And both of those have parentheses. My range, again, you can see that they're overlapping each other, and so we're just going to go from the bottom to the top instead of doing two separate ones. So my range would be going from -5 to 3, right? Parentheses on both of those, since both ends have open circles. And 15, the domain of that would be -1 to 1, brackets on both of those, and then our other part would go from 2 to 5. Parenthesis and then a bracket. My range would be going from -4 to 4. Again, that one's going to have a bracket, and the 4 is going to have a parenthesis, because these numbers are included in that list if I would write all my numbers from my list. All right, that's the next 5 things. We went through those pretty quick.